The weave is broken. Those of might and magic are falling. Factions fly to fill the vacuum of power as the spell plague brings destruction across the Forgotten Realms. Two heroes meet in the abandoned ruins of the Sword Coast town of Leylon. Women skilled in sword and sorcery, upon whose shoulders rest the fate of the entire Forgotten Realms.
Wait. Is he talking about us?
I sure hope not, because that sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Oh, gods.
Hello and welcome to Best Left Forgotten, the deliberately uncanon and unofficial Forgotten Realms D&D actual play podcast. My name is Nathan Quadrio, and I am your Dungeon Master.
My name is Miriam Feats, and I play Clarrybelle Trollbleeder, the Dwarven Barbarian.
My name is Jess Wolfendale, and I play Flick Goldkind, the Gnome Druid.
In case you'd forgotten, Flick and Clarrybelle found the Emerald Enclave and met with Autumn Reaver Greysoother before heading towards Sharandar to steal the key to the Dreadring. To their surprise, the pair was reunited with Toby Stonehill, now also a cloak of the Lord's Alliance, and with Callie Willowboot, who, after a heart-to-heart with Clarrybelle, agreed to accompany the duo on their mission. While scouting the camp at Sharandar, the girls confessed to Toby that they still had the Sending Stone they had taken from the Red Wizards, and he strongly advised them to get rid of it. Clarrybelle ditched the stone and stationed up as lookout, while Flick and Callie, now wild-shaped as a rat and centipede, snuck into the tent, housing one of the wizards with one of the keys to the Dreadring, with Toby waiting just outside in the shadows. The wild-shaped pair successfully stole the key, and Callie moved to safety, while Flick stayed behind to steal some disguises. The wizards caught Flick in the act, and after some close calls and wild-shaped shenanigans, Clarrybelle, Toby, and Callie escaped on the back of a now horse-shaped Flick, with both 2 more disguises and a key to the Dreadring. Let's jump right in.
Do we need to confirm whether or not Lava Body can be seen in wild shape?
We do need to confirm.
Yeah, because that may affect a couple of things. One, everyone that was there would have seen it if they could see it in wild shape.
Yep.
Which includes the wizards that may be able to pass that information on and identify me through that.
Yep.
And also Clarrybelle would maybe know how bad it is.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we'll go with what I said initially, which is that you can see the wild shape.
Yeah.
And so as far as you can see, 3 out of the 4 horse legs are blue lava stone.
Also a 1 hit point horse, by the way.
1 hit point horse. Right up on that, like bloody. You can't see what's bloody and what's blue lava.
I think that works okay because you didn't see me turn into the rat. I did that away from you.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be until this moment, really, that you were noticing it.
Yeah.
Toby and Callie may have been like, what the?
And you were a diseased rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, weird disease to pick, but
Out of all the diseases, that's the one.
seems insensitive. Great. Also, can I have some inspiration? Thought I'd shoot my shot.
Can we both have some inspiration?
Yeah, can I have my spells back, actually?
I think that you have inspiration just because you're in this incredible world that's been built.
Oh, great. Cool. I'll mark that.
No, just lowercase I inspiration. You know.
Well,
So you both move incredibly quickly on the back of Flick to meet up again with the Emerald Enclave. Callie, Toby, and Clarrybelle can all use this time as a short rest.
Sweet.
As you are on the back of a horse. Unfortunately, Flick, being the horse, does not
you're welcome.
get a short rest. However, as you arrive, it is up to you, Flick. If you are conscious of this, you de-wild shape.
I de-wild shape.
Yes. So if you're just like going full pelt and turns into Flick.
Yeah, I think my 1 hit point horse probably isn't keeping too much of an eye on the time.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we hilariously tumble out.
Hilariously tumble out. And because it's that kind of session, can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me?
Don't say because it's that type of session.
12.
Oh, good.
You do manage to successfully land without taking any damage.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But you kind of go down into your crouching pose. And Callie, having looked up the rule, stays in wild shape.
But it's been more than an hour now.
But it's been more than an hour, so de-squirrels and has also taken a short rest.
Beautiful.
And you arrive back.
Flick?
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean for it to go like that. Everyone okay? Are we all okay?
We're all fine, I think.
Okay.
I'm more worried about the fact that when you were a horse, you were looking mighty messed up by that strange magical ailment that I thought was just your arm. Is everything okay?
Well, wild shape can be funny because horses have 4 legs and I only have 2 legs. So sometimes that translation gets lost a little bit.
I'd love a deception check, Jess.
Yeah.
It's a 2 from me.
Okay, that's a 12 from me.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. As long as you're okay, as long as it's not spreading any further and you're not
like a little
in
bit
trouble.
Probably, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I feel like for the rest of us, we just need a little bit more context about all of this. You've kind of introduced it, but I think we just need a little bit more.
You want
here.
some more?
Yes.
Right.
So we know that there's some kind of something on your arm going on. Uh-huh.
It's like a spell plague thing we figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of spreading.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we told you that, like...
Is it contagious?
No, Clarrybelle's good. So.
yeah, I'm fine. I haven't noticed any kinds of things on anywhere.
And you can't use magic on it.
Okay.
Have
you been to the priestess Rahini?
Yeah.
I believe that this is her area of expertise.
Correct. So openness.
I mean, we're a whole part of the reason that we're here destroying the Dread Ring is because we were told that if we did that, she'd look at Flick's arm closer.
So we're kind of being blackmailed into this. But also, we probably would have done it anyway because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but there's just some higher stakes for us personally if this doesn't pan out.
It really is a tangled web for you, isn't it?
That's one way to put it.
It just keeps getting more complicated every time we talk to a new person.
Okay. Well, perhaps you should now talk to who you need to talk to.
Yeah, let's go talk. We needed to tell the second half of our plan to Autumn Reaver Greysoother and whoever was sort of half in charge here.
And you should probably, we took some time resting when you were carrying us, but you should probably do that too. You're looking a little rough.
Running's easier as a horse, but it's still not great, and I am very sore.
And we'll head towards Autumn River.
Yeah.
With Flick walking slowly.
Yep, limping.
As you approach Autumn Reaver Greysoother, he is plaiting more sticks and leaves into his hair. And you notice that it's kind of grown longer even in the time that you've been away.
Your hair just gets more magnificent every time we see you.
And you the same, Clarrybelle.
Thank you. You have no idea what that compliment means to me.
Take an inspiration point.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Worth a shot.
What is it that you have?
Oh, right.
Have you been successful in your mission?
Yes.
We've got the key. We may have also slightly alerted the camp at Sharandar that something hinky is going down.
My bad.
But if we still move reasonably quickly, I know we should probably still wait for Sabine. It shouldn't be that bad when we get to the Dread Ring.
Yeah.
They are missing a key now, but they probably have more.
Yeah.
I see. I suppose something like that could not be avoided.
Yeah, they were always going to notice a key missing eventually.
Yeah.
But we do need to still go in and get the cloaks to disguise all of our Lord's Alliance folks with.
We have 2 more cloaks than we did before.
That means we can take more people in to steal more cloaks.
He looks around. It seems that you will need quite a number of cloaks.
How many Lord's Alliance people are here?
You're looking at a force of approximately 50 or so.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this plan just got a lot harder to pull off. I was like, we'll get 10 cloaks.
I was thinking 20.
Okay, so we could sneak in with cloaks, those of us that do have them. Because we want most of these guys going down under the tower.
Yeah.
So we could just scout for an extra entrance into the mine that doesn't involve going through the big pit in the middle.
Maybe.
And then send them straight through without cloaks.
Maybe the laundry room is on the way to the pit, so we can just take everyone through. And they can pick up their own cloak on the way.
Look, if it turns out that way, that would be mighty handy. But also, they may not have 50 cloaks lying around in a laundry room.
No, it's true.
It'll definitely sort itself out.
Absolutely.
And we'll find a solution that works.
We will find a solution that works. I'm going to go sit down.
Grey Soother steps forward and places his hand upon you, Flick.
I move his hand to the side that doesn't have the lava arm because I know it won't work.
Okay, the moment is a bit awkward, but it happens.
Yep.
I can see that you have been through much. And you feel healing course through your body and heals you 24 hit points.
Kind and benevolent DM.
That is very nice.
I'm not benevolent. Grey Soother is benevolent. I am simply role-playing these people.
You're doing a great job.
You take a short
I would
rest.
love to take a short rest.
Clarrybelle, what would you like to do during this time?
I think best use of time is to relay that plan to as many of the troops here as possible. So I think I'm going to whoever that guy was that we talked to that was like the next in command for the Lord's Alliance that wasn't Sabine.
Yeah.
And telling him what we just told Grey Soother, and then he can like disseminate it amongst his troops, and then getting Callie to help me sort of spread the word to other druids.
Not a problem. Can you make a persuasion check, please?
15.
Okay, you feel heard by both the second in command and by Kelly. And it seems that it's being spread around and people seem generally okay with it. You notice that there's some kind of apprehension about the whole plan. There's something about it that doesn't really sit with everybody.
Okay.
It is a little, it's a little loose.
Yeah.
It's a little freeform, a little high risk.
I think
Yeah, well, they did fully leave the plan to two random people.
Yeah. I think if I see a lot of distress in one sort of area, I think I'll just go over and be like, look, we're still taking pitches. If you've got ideas, if you think that there's a better use for your abilities, because we don't exactly know what everyone can do, then please pitch it to us and we'll work with what you can achieve.
I don't have anything to say. There's this kind of old druid, very stout.
Yep.
It seems like an unnecessary risk to be taken. We don't know what's in there, and to just go in there without any information. I don't know about this.
I can talk to you about what the Dread Ring looks like and who we saw there and basic numbers. I will just caveat, I didn't physically see most of it.
She didn't see most of it.
I was the legs on a 2-man operation, and someone else was the eyes.
I was the legs.
I'm not sure if I can be trusting this whole situation here. It just seems ridiculous.
I know that the plan is a little slapped together, and I know that we're both the lowest rank of the Lord's Alliance and the Emerald Enclave. And so
The lowest rank. They've trusted them with the lowest rank. Oh, God. And he throws his arms in the air and walks off.
It's Clive's long lost brother.
I think I turn to just everyone else who's still around. But you druids have been going through it lately, and that's because this dread ring is here and it's hurting your forest. And this is the best chance that we have of destroying it with everyone here together right now. We may not get this opportunity again.
A tall androgynous elf moves towards you and places their hand on your shoulder. Don't mind Clove.
God.
He gets upset about most things. I'm sure he'll come round.
I hope so. We can use every pair of hands and legs and eyes and ears and noses that we can get.
And head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
And a little snappy teeth like the centipede.
I've been reading some anatomy books lately. I'm really proud of my knowledge.
Flick, as your short rest comes to an end, you can see General Sabine arriving. That's all I had to say.
Okay. And now I will end that description. Thank you.
She looks like General Sabine, and she is walking towards the location that you are currently at, the description of which has not changed.
Does it seem like she has supplies with her?
You look behind her, and there are two soldiers who you have been identifying as Lord's Lions,
Yep.
and they are kind of carrying a cart,
Great.
one on each bit.
Clarrybelle, General Sabine's here.
Immediately rushes over.
I join you because my short rest is over.
Yay.
How convenient.
How convenient.
Sabine, you've made it.
I have arrived as discussed. Clarrybelle, Flick, how have you been? How have you achieved what you came to achieve?
We got the key.
Blessings upon blessings.
And we have 2 more cloaks than we used to.
Fantastic. It sounds like things are going very well here.
Yeah, I think we just got one more step before we all head on in. We just got to go get some more cloaks for all of y'all. We're probably not going to be able to cloak everyone because you pulled together a lot of folks here, which we really appreciate. But we're going to, do our best, try for 10 or 15. So we've at least got one red cloak to each Lord's Alliance member that can be paired with each druid.
And maybe we'll get lucky and find a secret entrance.
Yeah.
Certainly. I will organize to have these explosives placed with the Lord's Alliance.
Great.
And we should be ready to go.
Cool.
That sounds like a really good idea. I have noticed I did some explaining of the plan, and there's a little bit of morale that's maybe not incredible.
Essie?
And I feel like you might be a more gifted public speaker than me. So it might just be worth going around your men and women and just checking in and boosting that energy so that we can,
Oorah, oorah.
that's the one.
Certainly. And she directs the 2 men behind her to take the cart to Grey Soother. And
Great.
she steps forward and places her hand on her armor. And there's kind of a glowing light that appears. And everybody turns to look at her. Attention! Attention! Attention!
Attention.
Attention.
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. I have heard that there has been some dissent in the ranks, some concern about what it is we are doing here. This, for my men and women, was a volunteer mission.
I want to just tap her on the shoulder. I'm sorry. I know your speech is getting off to a really good start. It was more of like just a little bit of like nerves. There wasn't like, I feel like you're going like it was a full mutiny and like it was really just like a couple of people
If
that were.
there are concerns, then you are more than welcome to leave and go back to your homes. There will be no place for you amongst my ranks again.
Just tap her on the shoulder again. Again, we were really going for the most amount of people. I was thinking it would be more something like, I support the plan, and so you should too.
This task comes with great risk, and I made that clear to each and every one of you. I understand there are issues with the plan, but I think that there is such little information that this is the best we can do under the circumstances. I am here. Your leader, Autumn River Grey Soother, is here. That should be enough for each and every one of you. If it is not, then Lord help those that I see again. I think that I've sorted out that problem for you, and I have some other things that I need to attend to, but I shall be ready to go maybe 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. That was a great speech.
Oorah.
Hoorah. And you see just Clove walking away from the group.
Great. Good.
You better be going to Baldur's Gate, you deserting scum.
Yes.
And Clove. I think.
Yes,
walks up.
Clove. All right. So, yeah, are we going in with everyone or are we doing our
I
thing
think
first?
we're scouting first.
Great.
Who do we should take Toby because he's for sure the best scouter.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with that.
Oh, my God.
He's been standing next to you the
Every
whole time.
time.
Good. Yes.
And then we could take one more if we're willing to 2 kids in a trench coat again.
Yeah, I think we probably have to anyway.
Yeah. So who are we taking?
We got another
I mean, we could
stealthy
take-
person.
Or we could take Sabine, maybe?
Oh, I don't think.
No?
Oh, yeah. I am so on board with that.
I mean, she's a tactician. She could get a lay of the land.
That's true.
Get early eyes on everything.
Yep. Do you want to do Sabine?
I mean, it's the high shenanigans option.
Great. Yeah, I guess maybe we have time now. We can practice our 2 kids in a trench coating.
Yeah.
Let's practice sitting down.
Yes.
That's the one thing we
Yeah.
didn't nail.
Yeah. We're
We
going to
may
take...
have to sit down again.
Yeah. We're going to take like 20 good minutes to just practice sitting down in our 2 kids in a trench coat.
Yep.
Can you both make dexterity checks, please?
19.
21.
Okay. I will allow you, in most situations, to be able to sit successfully. However, if you are, for whatever reason, in a situation where you are under duress, you may not be able to sit adequately.
So can we add that to our proficiencies?
You can add sitting to your proficiencies. This is now the best proficiency.
Yep.
So yeah, I think once we've finished our sitting practice,
Yep.
vital work for the mission,
Yep.
we'll head over to Sabine because I imagine she's finishing off that little bit of time that she needed.
Are you still wearing your cloak, or have you put it away? Are you coming up to her as to?
We're in character now.
Hello.
I think, yeah, I don't get down, but we take the cloak off, so we drop character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I need my costume in rehearsals. It's the only way I can get into character.
Got to wear the right shoes. You know.
My God.
Sabine, General Sabine, ma'am, your ladyship.
Certainly, this is quite unusual the way you have been presenting yourself at this moment.
We were practicing sitting down like this so that if we get caught out, because that was the thing that caught us out last time, is that the disguise was going 100% unshakable, and then we had to sit down. So we've solved that problem, and we've got Toby coming with us, and we have one more cloak, and we were hoping that you might want it to come in as the person with the best tactical eye, scout out the terrain, and maybe give us some fresh viewpoints on our plan.
I present the cloak to her dramatically.
Can you make a persuasion check?
Do I get advantage because Flick is presenting the cloak dramatically?
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
16?
Your logic is sound. Some tactics would be helpful. Yes, I will join you on your mission. You and this Toby that you speak of.
Great. We head into the forest towards the door.
Yeah.
Before she leaves, Sabine turns. Just because I am leaving for a reconnaissance does not mean that the situation has changed. My expectations are the same. I have memorized your faces. Fear for yourselves and your families. Never remember, always remembers. And she turns and walks.
All right. Yeah. We head to the door.
I'd like to just wave goodbye to Callie before we go.
She nervously smiles and waves back.
I forgot we had like a whole hike into the woods.
Yeah.
Wait. No. We don't want to bring... We got to get everyone to the door at some point. Do we just want to get everyone to come to the door now?
That might be a really good idea.
That seems wild to just keep going back and forth when we could bring everyone and camp them outside the door.
Yeah.
Sorry, I only just thought of this.
It's okay. I didn't think of it at all.
In fact, I say, straight off the back of Sabine's speech, to keep a closer eye on you, everyone pack up and come with us, and we can camp outside the door.
There's lots of nods, and they begin to kind of get their stuff together and walk.
That's the most powerful I've ever felt.
I'm so impressed.
Life is so much easier from atop your shoulders.
Let us move forward slightly so we can keep abreast of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you move off maybe 30 to 40 feet. And Sabine grabs you, Flick, and slams you against a tree. Do not dream of undermining me again. I will find where you live and destroy it all. And she drops you and walks off incredibly calmly back in the direction that you were walking.
I think Clarrybelle, because you would have been pulled off my shoulders.
Yeah, that would have been just like...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the logistics of that, but yes.
So I think I immediately run over and just offer you a hand up.
Yeah.
Are you okay? That seemed really scary.
Yeah, damn, I just thought of a comeback. It's okay.
Well, I mean, you could tell it to me, and then, like, I'd be like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, she was like, I will come to your home and destroy it. And I'm like, haha, too late, already happening.
Miriam is laughing, but Clarrybelle's entire face just like shatters for a moment in like pure grief and agony, and then just kind of goes,
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yep. Let's go.
I hate to be the one to state the obvious.
Yes, Toby.
I would watch yourself. I understand that Sabine is currently our ally, but there's something really up and down with that.
Okay.
woman.
Yeah, there's I have my own concerns about that. We can talk later, maybe.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. You arrive at the Dread Ring, and you arrive about 5 to 10 minutes before everybody else because they had to get together, they're carrying stuff, and you're
Yeah, great.
just bringing yourselves, really.
No wizards around.
No.
Amazing. I'm going to see if this key works.
Sabine draws her weapon.
I step back.
We were really hoping for maybe stealth to start with, like just a scouting mission, so weapons drawn if we need them. And I gesture to the mole that's secured on my back and is not currently out.
I suppose the tactics are sound. My concern is what if you open the door and there are people there and they come through to attack us?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, yeah, no, that is a good point.
We can sheath weapons on the other side of the door.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, this side sorts out. That side sorts in.
Great.
Agreed?
Got it.
Agreed.
Agreed. And she adopts a battle stance.
Excellent.
And I guess I'll do that too, because Clarrybelle, I think, is like, we're going to stay on Sabine's good side right now because we've seen
Fair
bad
enough.
side and it's bad.
Yeah, Flick's just going to stride on up to that door and unlock it.
Okay. You place the key in the center of the door and unlock it. And it swings open. And you can see the dread ring in front of you.
Great.
Do we see anyone
No.
immediately?
I poke my head through and look side to side.
Roll a perception check.
26.
Hello.
I freeze. Where's the voice coming from?
The voice is coming from your left, but then you also see some other people heading towards the door. 4 or 5 red wizards.
Cloaks up, cloaks up, cloaks up.
I close the door.
What is it that you have seen?
Yeah, so there's a good, 5 people coming towards this door.
I see.
There was
think-
one a lot closer, but I closed the door before I saw him.
I think we cloaks up and we do a,
Did you just see that head come through the door?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to tie my hair back so I can fit it under the cloak.
I have to say, I do not have much faith in this plan of yours.
He didn't see my face
okay.
because I didn't see his. So that's good.
That's totally how that
Yep.
works.
If they can't see me, I can't see them. Wait, other way around. Cool.
All right, we cloak up.
Lift up the cloaks. Well, if this is your idea, you are welcome to go first.
Are we sure I can't be the legs? Okay. Yeah, we're good. I go ahead and open the door quickly and sort of giddy up Clarrybelle to rush on through the door. And
Oh,
I'm
like we're chasing. Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're
yeah.
chasing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I start running in. Why not?
Okay.
Commit to the
you
bit.
Run in. Can you make a wisdom saving throw? Flick.
Oh, God.
15.
That just fails. With a DC 16. Flick, your whole body freezes up as magic takes hold and you are not able to move. However, you are only one half of this body. And so as the arms and head of this figure freeze up, the legs continue to swing forward.
Now without my eyes.
And you've get it up. So Clarrybelle is just like,
I'm dashing, baby.
halt! You must stop there.
I guess I stop. I haven't been told that Flick isn't.
Who are you? Why have you come here?
I assume I can't talk.
Not right now.
I poke Flick.
And you find that the legs are hard as a rock, as
Okay.
if every muscle in Flick's body is tensed at the moment.
I'm going to keep my back to these guys because I ran past
Yeah.
them, right?
Some of them
Some of them.
you don't really know because you can't
yeah,
see.
I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to try and throw my voice a little bit.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you see a gnome come through here with? I'm chasing one. Because Clarrybelle forgot she was only meant to be one person.
Can you...
The
Sorry.
others are following us. It's okay.
I don't know. Are they?
Maybe.
They haven't come through yet.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Sabine, let you go through first.
I'm more than happy for this to be disadvantage.
Sure. Make a persuasion check at
I'm
disadvantage.
just imagining you rocking Flick's legs slightly so it looks like her head's moving with the talking.
It's a 10.
Okay, can you make a wisdom saving throw again, Flick, to see if you can break the effect?
Okay, come on.
It is against magic, so I think you get advantage again.
Yeah, no, I don't break it.
Okay, you are still frozen. We did see a gnome. We too are seeking a gnome. A gnome and a dwarf who have caused many problems here.
Well, I only saw a gnome. Did you see where she went?
Exactly where you came from. And you can hear footsteps moving closer together closer to you in the dirt.
Well, then maybe my friends, our friends behind me, have seen her and could come through and say where she went. Very loudly.
Excellent.
Can you roll a wisdom saving throw again? Please click.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. 23.
Okay, you break from the frozen effect.
Great. I turn us around to face this man.
And you see Toby walking in. Hello! I hear you are talking to my companion here. Yes? What is it that you are here for? I too am seeking a gnome.
My boy's turning up for me. I really appreciate it.
He's doing so good. We're just going to let him do all the talking.
A gnome? Yes. A gnome. Yes. I too am seeking a gnome.
Oh, yes. Good.
Should we just go for a surprise round and listen at the door?
The red wizard speaks. I see. And so the gnome just disappeared?
Can I insight check how they're feeling about this?
Sure.
19?
Okay.
They were not sold on the two kids in a trench coat wizard. No, not the idea, as in like whoever your wizard.
Yeah.
Your combined wizard, because it was your you, but then Clarrybelle had to speak for you.
Yep.
But then Toby sold it. So Toby had advantage
Yeah.
because of you, but then disadvantage because of
How bad we did.
not you.
No?
Because of Sabine?
Sabine's
Yes.
distinct accent, but rolled a 17 and they rolled a 4.
Yes.
Oh.
God, I love these wizards. I love how low they roll.
Yeah.
Yes, we're thinking perhaps with their magics, they managed to slip past us all.
I have heard that they did the same, but how can Charon?
Oh. And what were they doing at Charandar?
Well, they have broken our ranks and stolen the key to the door. We have been ordered by Lady Shadowmantle to man each entrance. We believe they have used this one before. Don't worry. If it comes through again, we'll crush it beneath our feet.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Yes, it is quite good. You can see because you're facing that direction. Just really subtly, Toby elbowing Sabine in the stomach.
Well, we'll go check in with the troops and see where we're needed.
Are you assigned anywhere at this time?
No, we've just arrived. Hello.
Hello. Arrived from where? This is rather peculiar.
Yes, well, we've been chasing this gnome a while through
I
the
see.
Neverwinter Wood.
I see.
And so it's been a while since we've checked in.
I see. And where did you originally catch this gnome?
Waterdeep?
Waterdeep?
It's even a question to myself.
Could you roll a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
It's a 4.
Waterdeep. We believe that she isn't from Waterdeep. She met more recently with the Hamoon.
There's more of them? Oh, no! They're coming from everywhere. Hamoon, you say?
Clarrybelle's getting ready to run.
Why don't you come closer? Perhaps we can talk about our friend Hamoon.
Well, I wouldn't call him a friend, would you? And I actually do think we're going to move closer. I think we're
Okay.
getting out of this situation. I think I'm getting us into an advantageous position.
Do I get that impression from you?
The impression is that I say, yeah, let's move forward. Like, I
Okay.
giddy up you forward. I don't know how you take that.
I'll roll insight, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if it's high enough, I'll get the hint. Okay, yeah. On a 15, I think Clarrybelle understands the hint. And I'm just gonna, as subtly as I can, like have a hand ready under the cloak to grab a weapon.
Okay. A voice, distant, calls out. You're so right. Would any of us really call Hamoon a friend?
From where?
Just from one of the other wizards who are there. There's ragging on Hamoon.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, have you seen the way he wears his cloak?
Oh, my word, hardly uniform. Can you roll another persuasion?
Oh, I love this guy. I don't know who this is. I like them. Okay.
Hot tip, rag on Hamoon.
I thought that was a good way. 13.
Did you two go to college with Hamoon?
Well, we were at the same college, obviously, but I was a year below him.
Can anybody really be below Hamoon? And they all start laughing. Oh, what a fool.
Oh dear. Anyway, we're going to go, like we said. We'll catch up later, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, I'll let you go. I will pass on to Valinda that you've come. I'm sure she'll find a position for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll
Let's
start
go.
walking away.
And you are followed by Toby and Sabine. So you are now into the Dread Ring,
Yes.
past the awaiting ambush.
Yes.
Cool. I think we head into. I remember the last time there was like a little tunnel we could go down. I think I head down that, lead everyone down there,
Yep.
and I assume there's sort of no one in that little tunnel area.
Not right now.
Cool. I think I stop everyone.
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay. New plan time. Toby, you're incredible.
Thank you.
That was some fast thinking on your feet. You really saved my mistake. Like, that was me.
That's okay.
I did very badly.
It's a team. We're a team here, and that's what we are here to do.
Sabine, thank you for being here. So, new plan. We can either attempt to get back on track to our old plan, find a way to take out these 5 guys and get our guys through the door, or we can just soldier on ahead and come up with a new plan with just the 4 of us.
I think that we would be capable of taking out the 5 people. They do not seem particularly strong.
No. So,
Would there be any surrounding people that would hear us?
That is entirely possible. I have to disagree. I think that we should head in ourselves. It's just too much of a risk to bring anybody else in. We don't know, as you say, Clarrybelle, where anybody else is.
Look, all 4 of us right now are passing as red wizards. We could
Correct.
move forward a little bit,
I believe that's correct. Yes.
get a better lay of the land
Yes.
and what's going on.
yeah?
I think going immediately backwards is a bad idea.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because they are on high alert still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we looking? Are we looking
What are we looking
in
for?
the
Yeah.
pit or the tower? Where are
I
we
mean,
going, Clarrybelle?
tower's priority, right? Tower is what needs to come down.
Right, but we were going to use the tunnels to do that, so I don't know where we want to be looking.
Is that still part of the plan? If we are only going in by ourselves, we probably will not be able to dig under. We do not have the explosives that you requested.
Yeah, I mean, we're still
Some
deciding
of us
that,
went
right?
to a lot of work to collect those explosives.
I know, we appreciate
And to have them sitting outside of the mission seems like a waste of that person's time. Somebody who could have just called you a crackpot. Somebody who could have just gone, oh, no, you are wasting my time. I have other things to do, like managing crime in a massive city like Neverwinter.
Yeah.
But instead, here I am.
No, we
With my explosives, Outside.
Well,
Outside. We appreciate your sacrifices, Sabine. And
there's still a chance we get, like, Toby is very sneaky. If we gave him the key, he might be able to sneak back and open that door and give your troops a chance to come through.
I could, but I would be concerned about the risk. What if I got caught with the key?
yeah.
You're also the best liar among us.
Well, thank you.
And if you got caught, I mean, you're in a red cloak and you're holding a key.
It's true.
So you could just be.
But I don't have any of the markings that
Oh, yeah.
the others had.
Anyone got a pen?
I think
One got a Sharpie.
I think that if I got caught, any of us got caught, we would be dead.
Yeah.
I think teamwork.
We
Is the go for now.
Yeah, we could try, like, there's still options for getting the explosives. Like, we could try to lure those 5 wizards through the door back to our side and have, a whole army waiting for him.
That is definitely an idea. I do not know how you would get them through the door.
They're looking for a gnome. So
They
if
would follow us through the door, us being me, the gnome.
Oh.
I don't think we had to unlock it from this side.
I
If
see.
I remember, I think you would just be able to run through.
Yeah.
I hear what you are saying. That yes, if you are not whatever this is right now, your wizard persona, if you were the gnome, they would indeed chase you.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to do that one, we do it now.
We could probably have a real quick look just at the pit and see what the state of affairs is and then run back, right? The pit's like right here.
It is true. Zip it is right here.
Okay. We're going to sneak towards the pit.
We don't have to sneak, baby. We are red wizards of day.
I'd still like to be stealthy.
Yeah, I love that. Jess is like, you know what? We're going to go look at the pit. We don't need to sneak. And Rim's like, I don't really know about that.
I imagine I'm at disadvantage though because I'm carrying Jess.
Yes.
Ooh, that would have been so good.
So tasty. 13.
Okay, you head over to the pit. You believe you are very stealthy.
Okay.
Great.
It wouldn't be you. Can you roll a perception check? Just one?
Yes. 23.
Okay, you look out. You do notice that there are some areas of the pit that are kind of broken down, no longer accessible, that were when you were last here. But you notice also that there is a kind of hum of energy. It's a physical vibration you can feel, as well as this kind of humming moving through that appears to be coming up out of the pit and emanating upwards towards the enormous bones of the one-winged dragon that are
Okay.
floating above.
Is there any way I can figure out what that's about?
What do you suggest? You can roll a check, whether it be investigation or arcana, or if you've got some spells you want to cast.
Nah.
I'm going to start with an arcana check and just see if I can vibe this out a
Okay,
little.
roll arcana.
Well, 10 is magic.
It's definitely magic, a magical energy that is being created by whatever is happening within the pit. So it seems like the purpose of this pit is to mine or collect or collate magical energy and then send it upwards towards the dragon. For what purpose is not clear.
But that wasn't there last time we were here.
You're not sure if it was there. You didn't notice it.
Yep.
But here it's palpable.
Okay.
You can really feel it.
Cool.
All right. How we feeling, everyone?
I mean, what's going on? I don't
I
see
am
anything.
feeling fine as I was before.
All right. I don't know if it was here last time, but I'm feeling like some heavy magic's going towards that there dragon above us.
Yes, that is quite a scary creature.
It's only got 1 wing, so at least it can't fly.
Is anyone around at the moment?
A couple of people moving on the opposite side of the pit, but it doesn't seem as busy.
But like if I
As last time.
peeked an eye
Yeah,
out
you
of
can
the
peek.
cape to see what was going on, no one would clock it?
That's up to you. You can take that risk if you wish.
I think it's probably okay.
I just want to do one little
Beep.
eye
Okay.
out of the cloak.
What was your stealth check from before?
13?
Okay. And what would you like to do? What is the
I just want
purpose
to.
of
I just
everything?
want to see what Flick's talking about.
Okay, you open the cloak just slightly to look out. You can kind of feel a little bit of that energy, but you can't see anything.
Okay.
Like, I can try to identify what it is, but it's going to take me a little bit of time. Do we want to take that risk?
Perhaps if there was not 3 of us standing all in the same place, it seems like there are not that many people here. It looks suspicious.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's right for us to be separating at this time.
No, we could just back into that tunnel, maybe.
Yes, that's a good idea. And Toby backs up.
This is a really long shot. Do I know of any mind substance that would create the kind of effect Flick is describing?
Can you roll a history check with advantage?
I was ready for that to be disadvantage.
No, I'll allow it.
14.
You have been around in mines for a very long time. You've also engaged in some mine work last season in the Forge of the Spells. And you know that the deeper you go, the stranger it gets.
Yeah.
And so there is a lot of latent stuff that sits just underneath the surface of what we understand in the material plane that can be brought up and perhaps used. You know, that's a big part of what you've kind of learned through the Dirge of Delzoon.
Yeah, there was a weird primordial power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know that was a big part of the Forge of Spells that you saw in Wave Echo Cave. So perhaps there's something similar going on here. Maybe it's the same situation, like a primordial or something like that, or it could be completely separate.
Yeah.
How concerned are we about this?
It's pretty concerning, but I mean, our goal is the tower, right?
Yeah.
Like if we get rid of the tower, then the whole dread ring falls apart and whatever they're doing doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, let's leave it for now.
So are we doing Runaway Gnome?
Let's head back into the tunnel.
Okay.
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 So.
Okay.
How did that help us?
I mean, look, I'll be honest. I didn't really see a lot. I saw the pit, and you told me what you saw. So, this is your 3 call.
Yeah.
I will go.
I mean, there's a lot less people.
There's not as many people at the pit. So, if we sent the army to the pit to cause a big distraction there, we could then head to the tower.
Yeah.
A lot more easily.
And
Maybe
just try to blow it up using normal.
Well, I mean, if the army's coming through, we'd have the explosions.
Yeah. Just like without the tunnels, which is probably still fine.
Yeah.
It'll still work. It just may not work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing Runaway Gnome.
Okay. Okay, if that is what you are thinking.
Yeah. Okay, we'll head back through the tunnel. I get off Clarrybelle's shoulders and I hand you the cloak. Just in case.
I do what I did last time, which is maul in the hood to make a very, very, like at a distance, makeshift wizard at the right height.
And I'm going to stealth myself up. I'm going to rub some of the red dirt into my hair and over me to just try to make myself blend in a little bit more. And I'm going to sneak up as far as I can, trying to look at where their eye line is and potentially go in a blind spot and sneak as close as I can to this door.
Can you roll me a stealth check and then a perception check?
That's a dirty 20 for my stealth check.
Nice.
Okay.
And a 16 for my perception check.
Okay, lovely. As you move along, you are trying to remain in a blind spot. By using the red dirt and keeping low to the ground, you're a small person, it's easy. You do manage to move reasonably stealthily. As you move, you can feel your joints seizing up. And you can feel kind of a crick in your neck that just can't be let go. And you can kind of put your hand up just quickly and you can feel the harshness moving closer to your face and head.
Okay.
But now's probably not the time.
No, not the time.
And you continue to move towards the door.
Yep. How close do you reckon I can get, Nathan?
Well, can I borrow a D2?
Yes, you may. A 1 and a Kraken.
One? Do you want one or Kraken?
I want a Kraken.
It is Kraken.
Okay.
You get... This is a D2 that we have people. One side is a 1 and the other side has a Kraken on it.
Thanks to Kraken Dice for their sponsorship this episode.
You get right up to the door.
All right.
Unnoticed.
Amazing. And yeah, at this point, I think I fling the door open, turn around, blow a raspberry, and leap through the door.
Okay. And you leap through the door. Ooh! No!
And on the other side, I'm like, to arms, now.
People are still like rocking up. They're putting some bags down. Some of them are in only half armor. The explosives you can see is maybe 200-300 meters away still. Oh. And people are drawing their weapons and kind of like shouldering on some armor as
Yep.
you do so. What are you doing, Clarrybelle?
I am getting ready to dash.
Okay. Oh, we must follow her. She is over there. No. And Sabine begins
Yes,
to like
Sabine.
sprint.
Okay, I'll support.
And chase.
I'll support the play.
because that was her understanding of the mission.
Yep, I'll support the play.
Amazing.
Okay.
And I'm going to stand next to the door, I think, try to like hide myself around the corner a little bit.
Yeah.
So that I can maybe close the door once they're all on this side.
Okay, can everybody roll initiative?
Okay.
That was an 11.
That's a 19 for me.
The first person in this initiative order is Toby. And he flints. Flints? He sprints across the ground. We must get her! We must stop her! Ooh. And is sprinting towards the door.
Toby?
And as he sprints, his hood falls back and reveals his unmarked face. And he stumbles towards the door. He doesn't fall,
Okay.
but it looks like he was attempting to push through.
Uh-oh.
It is now the Thay's turn. Traitor! 3 of them move towards the door,
Okay.
towards you, and 2 of them towards Toby.
I can work with those numbers.
Toby gets hit once and takes 12 points of damage.
And as we all
Okay.
know, members of the Lord's Alliance are susceptible to death.
Yes.
They have a weakness.
Flick.
Yep.
They head out to you. That'd hit you.
Oh, no.
19 will hit you.
No.
21 will hit you. So you take 36 points of necrotic damage as 3 bolts slam into you. And they look out to the sea of soldiers. Oh, no. Flick, it's your turn.
I'm going to, because I was sort of to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to step between them and the door and cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
Can I please have a Constitution save for
DC?
me? 16.
They all fail.
Excellent. So they're going to go ahead and take 10 points of thunder damage, but more importantly, be pushed 10 feet away from the door so they can't immediately jump back through. And I'm going to step back off to the side again to allow the others to come through, hopefully.
Well, I suppose this is the situation we are now in. And she flicks her hood down, draws her great sword, and goes in for an attack, which will hit
Nice.
and does 8 damage. And her second attack will also hit and does another 8 damage. Clarrybelle, it is your turn.
So can I get up to these guys that are on Toby and get attacks this round?
Yes, you can.
Great. Yeah, I run up, I rage, and I'll take 2 swings on the one that got Toby.
Not a problem.
16 to hit
Does hit.
and higher than 16.
Does hit.
First attack, 16 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of fire damage from the first hit. 14 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 points of fire damage from the second hit.
Okay. Your maul raises, whacks him once, whacks a second time. Oh! And he falls onto the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
Fantastic. Flick on your side. It is the group's turn.
Yes, mob.
Arrows, magic is flung across, and 2 out of the 3 fall to the ground.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, this was the point, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Toby's going to go again and attempt to attack the one who is still remaining with a natural 20.
Yes.
So we'll inflict 10 damage. The Wizards of Thay are going to go in again. One of them is going to attack Toby with a 21. 12 damage to Toby. Flick the same for you, attempting to get the gnome. The last moment. Oh, that 11 is probably not going to hit
Oh my
you.
goodness, thank God.
You would have been down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, that one round took me to single digits. Not ideal.
Flick, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to face towards the dread ring. Is one of them within 30 feet?
One of them is right by you. yeah.
Excellent. As in on the other side of the door?
Oh, there's one on the other side of the door, and there's one on your side of the door.
Great. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip and
Yep.
attempt to pull them towards me through the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
That hits.
Are they large or smaller?
Yes.
Great, they are pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
And because I'm 5th level, does 2d6 damage.
Nice.
6 damage. And hopefully that pulled them through the door to this side.
It does pull them through the door, but before it does so, I'm going to allow Sabine, Clarrybelle, and Toby all to take attacks of opportunity.
Clutch.
Yeah, that for sure hits for
Nice.
me.
11 points of bludgeoning and 1 point of fire.
He is still alive as he is dragged through the door. Goodbye!
And unfortunately, I believe straight up into my grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Sabine and I are next.
Okay, Sabine rushes forward and is going to attempt another attack. That's going to miss. That's going to hit. And he's down.
Amazing.
Woo.
Thank you.
Clarrybelle, it's you.
I'll run through and hit the last one.
Not a problem. Roll to hit the last one.
Yeah, that hits. First attack's a 24,
Obviously.
and the second attack's a 25, baby.
Yes.
Baby.
All right, 14 plus 3 fire damage on the first hit. Is he still standing?
Just.
All right.
It's currently like, whoa, waving.
And 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 2 fire damage.
And just like that,
Amazing.
they are down.
That was speedy.
That was real good.
That was efficient.
All right, I'm going to gesture Toby through to this side of the door
Toby comes through.
and
Yeah.
shut
Close
it.
it. Yeah, good call.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Great work, everybody.
Sabine looks out to the crowd. I see most of your faces, but I will double check.
Well done, everyone. We've secured the door.
Yay. I try to start a cheer. Yay.
They're a bit uncertain as Sabine begins to walk through the ranks and look at everybody in turn.
I give Clarrybelle a hug.
Yeah, absolutely. Big hug right back. I think I spin you around a little bit.
Plan that we made worked. I know. It feels really good.
I mean, we still got so many steps of it to complete, but
I know. Small victories.
small victories.
Big victory, I think. That was really good.
Clarrybelle, as you hug, you see the back of Flick's head, where normally is a wild brush of
Yeah.
thick hair. The hair is missing and has turned into cold stone as it spreads up the back of Flick's head.
I immediately do like the mum who's just noticed her child is injured and like arm's length holding the shoulders, checking down for how far this damage goes.
What's wrong?
Flick, I mean, it was hectic there and a lot of things have happened and you did just get hit by a lot of attacks, but this is spread. It's up the back of your head and it looks like it's going down your shoulders and maybe, and I'm gonna like lift up a pant leg. And it's reached your legs. This happened really, really fast, Flick. I mean, like,
I just grab you by the shoulders. I'm like, it's okay.
how is it okay? In the last 5 minutes,
Okay,
you've gone
okay.
from one arm to your whole body.
Because we're almost there. It's okay. We're almost there. We're so close.
Flick, an hour ago, you said it was just your arm, which means that this thing is like
I may have been
exponentially.
exaggerating or under exaggerating slightly.
What?
We're really close, and I wanted to make sure that we kept a positive attitude, and we have, and we will, and it's all going to be fine. There's no use worrying now because we're doing the thing. We can't do the thing any faster.
I don't. You tell me when things get bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't help you if you don't tell me when things get
I
bad.
know you're already helping me so much. You were helping as much as you could help, and it's fine. I'm fine, and it is all gonna be fine. So we just got to keep going, and sort of, this is a secondary thing because what we're actively working towards this goal. So it's okay. And sorry, I gotta sit down. I got hit a bit. I'm gonna go find Callie and see if she's got a healing potion. I'll be back.
And Flick wanders off.
Clarrybelle's going to turn around.
Toby, I know we don't really have this kind of relationship, but I really need a hug right now.
I'm here for you, Clarrybelle.
Aww.
And I just cry into his shoulder.
He's
he
gonna
holds it.
die.
It's very tender, very soft. You thought that there was going to be kind of a hesitation, but Wholeheartedly, he's there for you.
That makes me cry a bit harder.
What
yeah.
a great guy.
Flick, you look very hurt.
Yeah, not doing great. Have you got any, sorry, has anyone maybe, do you know?
Here, take this. And she passes a potion to you.
Thank you.
I take the potion immediately. 17.
Nice.
Healing.
Nice.
Thank you.
So what you've done it. What you needed to do, you've achieved the
Yeah,
first part?
there were sort of, a few hiccups, but we're now on track. I don't know that we're going to be doing exactly the same plan,
Okay.
but pretty close. We can now get through the door with less trouble. So yeah,
Well, that's good news.
you guys good on this side?
Yes, we were just walking and then fighting, and now we're here.
Yeah, some excellent fighting.
Well, and you too.
Thanks.
That thorn whip was very impressive.
Thank you.
I think that's maybe the second time I've used that. But, sometimes going back to basics can be real helpful.
Well, you whipped like a pro.
Thanks. Random question. You don't have any
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, after you.
No, that's okay. I'll hear the question first.
You don't have any headscarves or something, do you? I've just got
Oh.
sort of and I sort of turn around and show her a situation that I'd love to not
yes.
draw attention to.
And she pulls a scarf.
Yeah,
out
great.
of her
And
pack.
I'll go ahead and tie that around to
Okay.
sort of cover it up a little bit.
Thank you. And your question? Or
Oh, nothing. It was. I was confused. It's all good.
oh, it's okay. I'm confused a lot. Anyway, I better go find out what the plan is so we can tell everyone else what the plan is.
Great. Well,
Thank you again.
no problem.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Awkward NPC interactions.
I think Clarrybelle is pulled away from the hug before Flick comes back.
Sure.
She doesn't want to show
That would have been a real long
weakness.
hug.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely on the longer side of
For
hugs.
sure.
Absolutely. If Toby was okay with that.
As you break from the hug,
Yep.
Autumn Reaver Grey Soother approaches you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'm sorry, you're not catching me at a very dignified moment. What can I do for you?
What are our next moves from here?
Okay, so the doorway is clear. We have, as far as we're aware, we have this doorway, and we didn't draw any attention to ourselves when we took it. So we've got a pretty clear run from here into a tunnel that leads to the pit. So at the moment, what I think I understand the plan to be is if we can get as much of the army as possible from the door into that tunnel, then they can get ready to wage an attack on the pit, which has less numbers than normal because there are a lot of wizards at the other entrances to this place that are waiting for a gnome and a dwarf to come through. So they could attack and create a big distraction while me and Flick and maybe 2 other people, we got 3 cloaks, that's what we're working with, take some of the explosives and man a quieter, stealthier mission to the tower and try and take it down.
I think Flick approaches at this point, having overheard just the last little bit. We got a few more cloaks now, and pointing to the bodies of the people we just felled.
That's true. We have 8 cloaks instead of 3.
So we can do a little bit larger of a task force towards the tower, which will make carrying explosives a little bit easier.
Yes.
Well, it sounds well done. You should be very proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great. Do you maybe if we can get some suggestions of who to take with us? It'll be us, which is 1.
Toby, right? You're coming with us?
Sorry, when you look at me, I'm like, wait, I'm Grey Soother. I'm in the Grey Soother moment. And I'm like, Toby is like, no, I'm Grey Soother.
I just expect you to be a chameleon, Nathan. I expect you to
that's okay.
seamlessly glide
I'm sorry.
between all your NPCs.
I was just too committed to this one character. in this
Totally
one.
fair.
Absolutely, I will be there. Are we taking Sabine with us? She has been helpful thus far.
Yeah, or should she
I mean,
stay
she's
with her
a
forces?
Real fighting force.
That's true.
It depends.
Perhaps you could take Kelly with you. I understand that there is
Yeah,
already
absolutely.
I will always work with Callie.
That leaves us another 4
4
cloaks to work with.
Are you willing to take people you are unfamiliar with?
Yeah,
Perhaps?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you trust them, we trust them.
Someone who can carry some explosives, maybe.
From the druid forces, perhaps?
Maybe a mix? Bring a couple of...
Two druids, two Lords Alliance.
Not a problem. And he moves off to organize that for you.
Great.
Okay.
Cool. So do we want to like skirt the pit to get to the tower?
I think we skirt.
Yeah.
And then we can have someone on lookout at the edge of that tunnel.
Yeah.
And if things start to go south for us,
Yeah.
they just
Perfect.
run out and cause mayhem.
Great. We should make sure that they're briefed about the dragon.
Yes. I think you and Toby and Sabine all got the lay of the land on that pit.
Yeah.
I did not. So
Yeah.
maybe you three lead the charge on spreading the information on what the pit looks like right
Yeah.
now and what's going on, and maybe some strategic
Yeah, great.
spots to hit.
Yeah. Awesome. If you want to maybe distribute cloaks to the people
Yeah.
that are coming by,
I can do that.
you can sort of size them up. Yeah, great.
And I'm going to go and try find that second in command that was sort of in charge of the Lord's Alliance while Sabine wasn't here.
Great.
Yeah, I'm just going to go up and sort of describe the lay of the land and the plan and ask him to distribute that information.
He nods and he walks away. These are some of our more skilled people, says Grey Soother as he approaches you. This is Osman and Isilda. And these are two members of the Mintan forces, Jonah and Lionel.
Well, here are your cloaks. And Clarrybelle will
And
just...
they place the cloaks on. Jonah speaks up. I imagine that it's best if we keep quiet.
As much as we can, yeah.
Do we want to maybe try to do a few hand and face tattoos in case we get a little bit...
Perhaps we could have a primer of kind about what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant for underneath the makeup to make sure that
Oh
it
no,
came
my
off.
face is always ready.
Always primed and ready to go.
So we're going to head in.
With the explosives.
Everyone's going to have a carryable amount of explosives on them. I might have a couple less just because I'm also carrying Flick.
Yes.
Very well.
If we meet any other red wizards, the greeting is hello.
Hello.
You may need to up that octave just a touch.
Hello.
Great. Say it as a group and we'll be fine.
I reckon if they ask us what we're doing, we're going to go with we're reporting to Valindra for new orders.
Yeah.
And Valindra is...
The head honcho.
The head
I
honcho.
see.
And that also gives us a reason to be heading to the tower, which is where she is.
Yeah.
And that's also what the other guys wanted us to do anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be strange for us to be carrying... And he lifts up the explosives.
They're contraband that we have confiscated.
Or we hide them under our cloaks in strategic places.
Very well.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep them under wraps.
Yeah, as much as we can, we should make it that no one knows we have these until the last moment.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
You ready to head in?
Yeah, if those guys are happy with the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then we head on in.
Everyone is stealthing into the tunnel, I believe. Maybe if we tell the soldiers, like, go groups of 5, keep low.
Yeah.
Just so it's like a smaller chance of getting seen.
Yep.
Until everyone's in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Even
And,
maybe
yeah.
if some of the druids are willing to wild shape.
Wild shape to
and-
get there. Yep.
Yeah.
Isilda is going to cast Pass Without a Trace on this group.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, Isilda.
As he draws Narsil and goes to cut off.
All right, are we rolling stealth?
Yeah.
Let's
plus
roll
10.
stealth.
Ooh, I need it. With a plus 10, I'm at 16.
That's rough.
3 on the die, baby.
Yep. That'll be a 24 for me.
Does Toby go fully invisible?
Toby rolled a 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a plus 12
Yep.
to stealth.
I mean,
And then
that's 10 over the impossible DC, right?
Toby is no longer a part of your crew.
He's stealthed into the ethereal plane.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just not even
out of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the room with us right now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm a little bit concerned that I'm on half hit points.
Yeah.
But
I can't
I mean,
help. I'm so sorry.
There's not much I can do about that. I really don't want to
We
use
can short rest
a spell
again.
slot.
And you could ask.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go ahead.
Osman or Isilda.
Yeah, no, I will ask one of the druids. I'll be like,
Do either of you have any healing perchance? I'm not feeling so good, but like, don't, you don't have to go out of your way.
You heal 7 points.
it's something.
So yeah, in the tunnel, I think I'll turn to Sabine one more time and just say, the second that you see things start to go wrong on our end, that's when you guys are up.
Of course.
And just go ahead and keep an eye on that dragon as well.
I will never stop looking at it.
Except to hit other things and to watch
Keep an eye
us to
on
make
us.
sure
I apologize for my strange phrasing. I will keep a very close eye on the dragon as well as whoever I am required to attack.
say?
we're gonna go and do our part of the plan. Good luck.
Let's do it.
Okay.
With your very high stealth
And explosives.
and explosives,
And
you
explosives.
move in and head towards the tower.
Yep.
You manage to duck into some corners as you pass by small groups and individuals, and you arrive at the tower unimpeded.
Amazing. Maybe let's, because the tower's sort of like front facing onto the pit. I guess if we head around to the other side so that less people see us,
Yeah.
go ahead and start planting those explosives.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do the explosives work? What's the deal with them? How do we?
You know that you have to light a fuse.
Okay. How long of a fuse did we get given?
It seems pretty long.
Great.
Are we talking
You would know. Can you? I would say it's about a 5-minute fuse, depending on how you light it. Like the
Okay.
longest is 5
5
minutes.
minutes fuse? Okay. Great. Do we want to leave a couple of people down here at the explosives ready to light, and then we investigate to see if there is some kind of magic holding up the tower as well? Or
Oh, yeah.
I don't really.
That's fine. I mean,
5 minutes is not a lot of time. I think lighting the fuses is the last thing we do, right?
yeah. And that's like, hopefully we do it for like less than 5 minutes, I think. I think we aim to, that's like the longest time.
Okay, remembering that.
Oh, right. We want to get away.
We wanna get away.
Like away.
How long did it take us to get to this? Like if we were dashing away from here,
Maybe
how long
even-
would it be to get to the door?
Maybe even to the closest door out of curiosity as well.
Remembering that it will also bottleneck with all of the people. We have to get 50 people through that door.
50 people through the door. You could probably make it in almost 5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe you'd feel more comfortable if you had like 7.
It's going to be a full fuse, I think.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, no, I understand now. That's great.
Could
Yeah, do
you,
you want me
if
to
we
do
go
a-
around the back and you do a detect?
Yeah,
you
we can be
yeah.
next to the explosive still. That's
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Okay.
I'll just do it here.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go ahead and cast. Yeah, I'll use a spell slot and I'll cast Detect Magic. What am I getting?
You cast Detect Magic. The entire tower is bathed in magic.
Okay.
It is a combination of conjuration magic and necromancy.
Mm.
And it seems to become more intense as it reaches the top of the tower.
Okay.
All right. So there's definitely some magic going on here that's sort of centered at the top up there, which, kind of makes sense. Top of
Yeah.
the tower.
I can do it for free. I cast Identify with my Fey Touched trait.
Nice.
The tower is a conduit.
Okay.
So what happens is all of the magical energy in this tower somehow is going to be drawn from the ground or from something and come up through the top and to connect to something. You're not sure what, but definitely it's a huge amount of necromancy magic that's going to come through.
Can I get a bead on whether what it's being drawn to is static or dynamic? Is it alive or is it an object?
It is not entirely clear, but from the context clues, you believe that it is here to act as a conduit to bring the dragon back.
Great.
So you're saying this conduit is at the top?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what has to go.
Well, the whole thing
right?
is a conduit.
Yeah, the whole thing is a conduit.
But the focus is at the top.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
it'll come out.
Okay. We have to decide if we're going up this tower. Because if we are, I think we take as much reinforcements as we can and leave maybe one person to light the fuses.
Yeah.
It might be worth investigating inside the tower first.
Okay. I mean, let's go take a look and then maybe figure it out from there. Like,
Okay.
Because it's
Take a look at what?
just, the vibe.
Okay. I still don't have eyes. Do you want me to pop out and help? Or are you happy to take beat on this one with the others?
Maybe, yeah, let's keep our disguises on while we head in. And then if there's no one at ground level, then, I'll let you know and you can look
Okay.
around with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're leaving a couple of people outside.
Okay, yeah.
2 people outside, keeping watch.
Druids, soldiers, Callie,
One
Toby?
druid, one soldier.
Okay.
Yep.
Isilda,
Mm-hmm.
Jonah, Callie, Toby, Flick, Clarrybelle all
Yes.
enter the tower.
Yes.
Can you all make Constitution saving throws at the sight of what you see?
Oh, I'm not looking. I can't
Okay,
see
you
anything.
don't need to.
Yeah, it's a natural one.
Callie, Toby, 19 and 20, rock
Nice,
solid, totally
nice.
fine.
Finally, our NPCs are surviving.
Flick,
Yep.
Isilda, Jonah, all begin to vomit as you look upon the walls and see, chained to the walls, hundreds of red wizards of Thay, all staring unblinkingly into the middle of the room. They seem to be frozen in a state of stasis. The sight of it chills you to the bone, and something about it sickens you as you vomit out your guts.
Blech.
All upon the front of these beautiful cloaks.
Okay, so there's like a little bit of gunk that's like dripping down past my face, and I'm just wondering what's happening.
Don't worry about it. Don't open the cloak. It's not good out here.
Okay, but is it like a mucus from the ceiling? What's
Don't think about it too hard.
okay?
What's going on here?
I don't know. Why would they put their own people here like this?
People, what's happening?
Was it like this last time you were here?
No, not at all.
We didn't come inside last time, did we?
Yes, we did.
Did we?
You climbed the
We
whole
climbed
thing.
it. I thought we climbed the outside of the tower. Oh my god!
that would have been terrifying when you couldn't see.
That's why I was flipping out when we were doing it the first time. I thought it was a stair on the outside of the
you're on
tower.
inside.
Whew, okay.
Yeah, no, there's just like a bunch of red wizards chained up here. They don't seem to be responsive.
I suppose that if we were to blow up the tower, then we would take all these down with it.
Yeah.
Is that not a good thing?
Well,
Is there anyone else in here? Is it just us?
I
Other
mean,
than the hundreds of
Can I make
wizards
a perception
apparently?
check?
You certainly can.
17.
As far as you can see, you're the only ones here.
And I can see invisible things, so...
And you can see invisible things.
yeah, we're the only ones at the moment.
I'm gonna look.
Yep.
Okay. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage?
Oh, because I know what I'm about to see.
Mm-hmm. And you're a hardy dwarven barbarian.
Oh yeah, there's a 27.
Nice.
It's chilling.
Yeah.
It's deeply unsettling. It's a bit like Mona Lisa-esque, where everywhere you move, the eyes seem to be watching you.
Yeah.
At least one set of
Yeah.
eyes.
Do any of these wizards have ripped sleeves on their red robe?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 5.
Just a mass of people.
Yeah.
It's just so hard for you even to think about finding Hamoon in this
Yeah.
situation.
Okay. This definitely there's a moral question that now arises that I'm not entirely
Yes.
because like before they were willing accomplices and this definitely feels like unwilling victim territory.
Yeah, we're not in disguise right now. I'm going to hop
No.
off your shoulders and I'm going to head up towards some of them. And can I do like a medicine check or something to see what state they're in? Like
Sure.
Are
Roll
they-
a medicine check.
conscious? 19.
They are conscious, calm, healthy. Everything seems fine.
All right, so this probably has something to do with the conduit thing. Yeah, like killing people in the abstract by destroying their plane and not having them escape is one thing, but like directly blowing them up is another.
I want to try something if that's okay.
Please.
If there's someone like face level
Yeah.
where we are? Yeah. Toby, okay, this is going to sound really awful, but I want to give it a try. Can you cover one of their mouths? And look, it's just that sometimes when you're under a weird spell stupor, if you take pain, then you can
Yeah.
break out of it. So if Toby covers their mouth and I take out a hand axe, and I think if I just slice their palm,
yeah.
and we can see if we can like jog them out with like a pain shot.
Yeah, I think it's
And
worth
then
a shot.
if they can jog out of it, maybe we can ask them what's happening. And I imagine this attack will be at advantage because they're restrained.
I don't think you need to roll.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can just slice them. Toby covers the hand and you slice the hand.
Mhm.
The figure blinks.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So we just want to check in with this whole situation you're in right now.
He looks at the people around him.
Deep breaths.
Send me back. I am here. I am a part of the sacrifice.
Okay.
It is what Tam has called.
Uh-oh.
Tam. Zaztam?
And you can see magics kind of coming along his fingers in his hands. And he falls back into his own stasis.
Oh.
Okay, so they're willing. This is, okay. This is a weird cult. I feel less, okay. I still feel bad about it. I mean, we tried. He woke up and he chose to go back. And we can only assume that whatever is going to happen with the conduit is going to kill them too? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't like to say this, but we're under a bit of a time crunch. And let's go with the moral equivalent of they were going to die anyway when we did the thing. It's just a little bit closer to home. So let's not think about it too hard. And what's our next step?
Clarrybelle's going to turn to Callie. I mean, you're a druid. Can you make little
Yes.
plants and flowers and things?
Of course. We all can.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to seem silly, but it really doesn't sit right with me that we're blowing up all these people. Can you just make, how many are just on the little bottom row that we can reach?
22?
I mean, if there's any part of these folks that was coerced or didn't want to do this, I don't like the idea of them being stuck in this situation. So I think if maybe we could make a white lily for each of the ones that we can reach and just...
Of course.
And just,
Yeah.
I would just feel a lot better about what we're about to do if everyone deserves dignity in this. And there's a dignity in battle, and that's a different thing. But this just, I'd like to do what I can.
Of course.
Callie places her hand in front of her and pushes out. And coming out of her hands are dozens of white lilies that form a pile at your feet.
And I'm just going to start picking them up and almost like little boutonnieres.
I'll help you do that.
Not a problem. You place a white lily on as many of them as you can reach on this floor.
All right, let's try it.
Okay. And we head back out, I guess.
Yep. I think we head back round, make our final checks, and light the fuse and start running.
All right. All the fuses are lit.
Yep. I mean, if this works, we gotta not be here.
And you begin to sprint away as fast as you can. The force sees you and they all turn and begin to run back with you. And you run, and you run, and you run. And then, as each of the explosive goes off behind you, and you see the tower falling to the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As each section breaks apart into the pit, you see almost like smoke, these individual motes of black mist floating up towards the top. Each soul of these red wizards flies upwards towards the top of the conduit.
We get given bad information.
And begin to amass up to the top. And you're sprinting, and you're sprinting, and you're sprinting, and you make it towards where the door once was. And the door is gone. As you turn to look behind you, and all of the magic has amassed at the top. As the tower falls to the ground, you can see in the distance a tiny figure in red robes floating, holding their arms outstretched. They close their hands in a massive clap, and all of those souls fly into the dragon. And it is reborn again. The dragon breaks free of its chains and lands where the tower once was. And you see the figure at the top of the tower land on its back as it turns to face you. Yay. And the dragon begins to rush you. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, no!
Jess.
20.
Clarrybelle.
9.
Flick. You are first cab off the rank. You are the first in initiative.
Immediately, my hand brushes Clarrybelle's, and I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good upon her. So what that will mean for you is, assuming that this is undead, that is one of the type of creatures that is covered under this spell. Creatures of these types have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Okay.
You cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed. So any fear effect that this dragon has will not affect you, and you can reckless without them having advantage against you.
Oh, yeah.
That's your action.
That is my action, and then I'm going to run and get some distance between me and this big group of people.
Not a problem. Your party members, excluding Callie and Toby, they just stare and look.
Yep.
And then seeing Flick break, they also begin to sprint and spread, trying to find one of the doors from which they can escape. You can hear, coming from the top of the dragon, the voice of a woman who you recognize, Valindra Shadowmantle. Hello! And you can see her red robes dissipating into dust, revealing a emaciated, undead figure underneath. And you can see that her face is wrapped in bandages and she's incredibly pale. She raises her hand and she flings a bolt of dark lightning into your direction. Can you all make dexterity saving throws? You can see it with advantage. Thanks, Clarrybelle.
Dirty 20.
That's a pass.
9.
That is a fail. So you take 6 points only of necrotic damage. It's half for you, so 3 points of necrotic damage.
And you will have to roll concentration, Jess.
Yeah. Natural 20.
You have super concentration, which means nothing mechanically. Toby, he had his dagger out ready and he puts it away and he kind of draws a hand crossbow and begins to sprint over towards you. Flick, Callie also heads over towards you. Clarrybelle, what are you doing?
Okay, so are these guys swooping down? Because all
Well, it
of
only
my...
has one wing, it's running.
Oh, it's
not
running.
flying.
It's not flying? Okay.
It's like a crocodile. That's kind of what I'm
Kind of
saying.
almost scarier in a way.
So I think I want to run up to meet it. Will it reach me in this round?
Probably. It seems to be moving pretty quickly.
Okay, so yeah, if I think it's going to reach me, I'll rage, and then, because it's not at me yet, I'll have to hold action to swing when it reaches me.
Yeah, great.
Not a problem. As it
And
runs,
this is when I die.
as it runs towards you, the creature breathes in and breathes out an enormous cone that hits every single person of needles that shoot out through you. Can everybody make a dexterity saving throw again?
It's an 18.
So 15?
15 fails, 18 passes. So you take 12 points of piercing damage. You take 12 points as well because it's halved for you. A whole bunch of people take 24. Immediately, several of the members of the force fall to their deaths around you
Oh, no.
as the creature rushes at you and activates your held action.
Great. First roll is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Great. 14 points of bludgeoning and 1 point of fire. And then a 10's going to miss, I imagine.
It does.
Yeah. But I did hit the dragon.
You did hit the dragon.
So my ancestral guardians.
Harry the dragon.
Harry the dragon.
Beautiful. So it is going to attack you.
Okay, great. Is it undead?
It is.
So it's a disadvantage to hit me.
It's a natural 20, but also a 17 to hit.
That misses.
It tries to bite at you, but it's still new to this being alive thing again.
And is repelled by my
Yes.
protection.
The forces, half of them break immediately and begin to sprint, screaming, running.
Okay.
Valid.
No one's inspired by the fact that I am man to man just
Oh, no.
facing this
Oh,
dragon.
no.
Oh, no.
Attacks are flown that do not hit, unfortunately, but you do see rising up out of the group is Autumn Reaver Greysoother,
My man.
who extends his arms and immediately turns into a giant bat and flies out and swoops in, doesn't quite make the entire distance, but moves in to, like you, attack the dragon.
He's Batman.
here to destroy you. Where is she? Where is she?
Oh, that's so good. That's way too good.
All right.
Flick, it's your turn.
Fantastic. I'm going to, with a little bit of panic, very quickly activate my starry form as my bonus action, turning into the chalice form, whip around, and I assume Clarrybelle's still within 60 feet of me.
Yeah. Oh.
Just. If I move forward a bit with my
What's
movement.
your movement?
25.
Yeah, you've moved 25. She's moved 34 forward.
Yeah,
Probably a bit. So
absolutely.
if you move closer, you could probably make it, but yeah.
Great. I'm going to sort of flank a little bit,
Yeah.
so I'm within 60 feet of
Yeah.
Clarrybelle, but still not within that sort of
Yeah.
head-on range. I'm going to give you a healing word to give myself 1d8. You have 7 points of healing,
Oh.
and I will grab 10 points of healing for myself.
Your companions shoot off several bits of magic and completely miss.
Yep. Good start.
Solid start.
As Valindra holds her hands above her head and begins to form something, and that is her action. Toby is going to shoot with his hand crossbow with a natural 20 because he's a
Yes.
boom! 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Kelly shoots vines out of her hands towards the dragon and unfortunately misses. Clarrybelle, it's your turn.
Should I reckless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
May as
no
well.
downside to recklessing.
All right. I reckless twice on the dragon. That's a 28 to hit on the first one.
That hits.
and it's only a 14 on the second one.
That definitely misses.
No, 13 on the second one.
That also misses.
It's all right. One could hit.
Ooh. Okay. Max bludgeoning damage. That's 18 bludgeoning damage and 3 fire damage on the dragon.
While you're on your turn, can you roll a perception check?
Sure.
Well,
8.
Okay. You're just distracted by the dragon
Yeah.
and you can't really notice anything around you.
Yeah.
The dragon is going to make 2 bites against you. They're a disadvantage. No.
Just flat rolls.
Flat roll. Will a 15 hit you?
No, it will not.
yes.
Will a 20 hit you?
Yes, it
That's
will.
a dirty 20. You take 6 points of piercing damage. And then you are off to the side. Your friends are off to the side. The main group and you and Grey Soother all need to make dexterity saving throws.
Great. That's double 3s from Clarrybelle for 6.
Okay, that is a fail. You take 24 points of acid damage as a breath of acid flames flow out in front of it and spill. The dirt beneath you begins to sink down as again several of your companions fall to the ground.
All right.
Attacks from the forces come again and unfortunately miss. They are unable to hit this dragon. Its hide is too hardy. Flick, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to move away even a little bit more. Do we think attacking the dragon or attacking Valindra? I mean, you can't get to Valindra.
Yeah, go for Valindra. Absolutely go for Valindra.
I'm glowing. She's going to see me at some point. Actually, you know what? It'll hit both of them. I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt, which is from myself a 100-foot line towards Valindra, which will hit both her and the dragon. Mm-hmm. Can I please have a dexterity saving throw?
A fail.
It's my first ever, I believe, 3rd level spell.
Woo.
Hopefully it is worth it.
How many d6? Wow, that is a lot of d6.
Yeah. D6.
Tasty.
It's just a lot of damage. There's going to be 28 points of lightning damage to both Valindra and the dragon.
That is nice.
The dragon is now bloodied.
Yep.
Whoa!
Woo.
There's a couple
That
of
is
really
big.
big hits in there.
big.
Excellent.
That double sixes on
Yeah.
the bludgeoning, and now
Yeah,
that one.
was good.
Great.
Nice stuff. Okay, your party is going to make several attacks
On.
with a hit, and a hit, and a miss, and a miss.
Okay. It's more than last time.
Valindra, her hands still above her head, is going to push it up, and a
So-
massive cloud forms above you all.
That 28 damage didn't break any concentration that was happening.
Oh, good question. I'll roll concentration. Okay, she's fine.
Yeah,
Just.
it's okay.
And it begins to rain acid down upon you.
Yep.
Can you all make Constitution saving throws?
19 from Clarrybelle.
That is a pass.
17.
That is also a pass.
Good.
You only take, at this moment, 3 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Toby, another shot, is going to miss. Callie tries again and does
Yay.
hit as her vines find root deep inside the dragon. Clarrybelle, it's your turn.
We're just going to reckless because why not? That's a crit.
Ayo!
24 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 points of fire damage.
The impact on the dragon is significant.
All right. And Clarrybelle rolls to hit again. Only a 15 to hit.
A 15 does not hit.
Yeah.
The dragon is going to take 2 bite attacks against you again, Clarrybelle.
Still flat rolls.
That's a
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
22. That's a 28.
Both will hit.
Okay, so you take 24 points of damage, half to 12, as the lone wing swoops out around. Can you make another dexterity saving throw?
That's not as good. That's only a 12.
That fails. You take 12 points, half to 6 of bludgeoning damage as it whacks through you. On Graysoother's turn, as a giant bat, he is going to swoop in and attempt to attack and hit.
Nice.
And he's going to attempt to bite again, which misses. And he does some notable damage
Nice.
on the dragon. As we move to the forces who are attempting to attack, and this time some of them are more successful, and they do little bits of teeny tiny like little
Anything
arrows
else?
of damage
Dink.
up
Anything
against
helps.
the dragon. Flick, it's your turn.
Okay. How's Clarrybelle looking?
I have 1/3 of my hit points.
Okay. Here's my question. I can cast Guiding Bolt without expending a spell slot. Does that mean I can also cast another spell in this round?
Because it is technically casting a spell. It just doesn't cost you a spell slot.
Yeah, so that
it
was my
depends
question on
what
whether
your
it
ruling
counts
is.
as a spell or an ability.
I'm going to let you use it as an ability.
Okay.
Don't at me.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan. Okay, in that case, I'm going to first run forward my 25 feet, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on Clarrybelle at 2nd level.
Appreciate it.
Rough!
That's okay.
For a whole 7 points.
That's okay.
And selfishly heal myself 11 points.
That's nice.
And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on Valindra.
Roll to hit.
Come on, baby.
Yes. That will be a 26 to hit.
That hits,
That is 14 points of radiant damage.
which becomes 28.
Excellent.
Yes.
And I'm going to be like, go for the glowing one. That isn't me. Because we are now both glowing.
Okay.
And that rain is concentration, yeah?
That
That rains concentration, yeah?
at which she passes. So she is still concentrating on her rain. Is that all your turn, Flick?
That is my turn.
Beautiful. Your party is going to attempt to hit again with 2 hits and 2 misses.
Okay.
And now it is Valindra's turn. As she continues to hold one hand up, maintaining the acid rain. Can we all make wisdom saving throws?
Wisdom.
Constitution.
Goodness.
Thank you. Too many effects.
15.
15 fails.
Yeah.
14.
14 also fails. You take 6 points of acid damage. And then with her other hand, she spreads it around in front of her like she's mixing something and pulls up. And from underneath the ground, undead rise up.
There's no chance any of these Lords Alliance people are clerics, right?
No, because none of them are Lords Alliance people. As I've been saying repeatedly,
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
and you've never asked any questions about that.
We just assumed.
Toby is going to attempt to hit Valindra, having heard what you asked, with a
Yeah.
19 on the die, and that's pretty good. It's 5 damage on Valindra.
Everything helps. How's she looking?
She's looking pretty rough right now.
Okay.
You've had some pretty good hits. Callie is also going to try and hit, but doesn't have.
Yeah, it's just the first hit.
Yeah, I thought so. Cool. With a natural 1. She's running out of steam. She's running out of steam quick. Clarrybelle, it's you.
Okay, these undead are around me, right?
They're around everybody.
Around everybody? Okay. I'm getting low. I can't. I'd rather have disadvantage to hit me rather than advantage to hit. So I'm just going to do 2 flat rolls to hit the dragon.
Yeah.
21.
Hits.
And the second one, 14. So that'll
Which does
miss.
not hit.
Yeah, okay. First attack and only attack. 12 bludgeoning and 1 fire.
Okay. You raise your mace above your head and slam it down into the dragon, splitting part of it, and it falls to the ground. The dragon is dead.
Okay.
But is it?
But is it that
The
technically
undead
it was
have things.
already dead?
The dragon is, as far as you can tell, dead.
Okay.
I have 1 spell slot left.
Okay, we're taking the win. I'm just going to trust you that it's gone.
Beautiful. And the undead horde attack each of you.
They are still disadvantaged to hit me.
Correct.
Okay, great. So that's an 8 to hit you, which will miss. Another one is going to come in for an attack, which is much better with a 23.
I'm going to roll some concentration checks that I should have been doing.
Yeah.
Just
23
for the
will hit.
acid rain, so it would be 10 on both of these.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
No. Okay.
So okay,
Never
so
mind.
just this final round here, my concentration drops, and you lose.
So it would have been
protection.
flat rolls for both of those.
I will reroll. That's a hit. That's a miss.
Okay.
So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 2.
Okay.
Attacks come against you, Flick.
Yep.
Will a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay, an 18 will. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. It's a miss against Toby and a miss against Callie.
Good.
And a natural 20 against some of the forces. The forces are looking pretty rough. They are more than half decimated at the moment behind you. Sabine is still fighting.
Great.
Grey Soother, seeing the dragon is down and that you guys seem to have Valindra, is going to swoop around and flies down, picks up 2 of the undead, 1 in each of its claws, and flings them into the pit.
Nice.
Nice.
Clutch move. Love it.
Clutch move as the forces attempt to attack. They are significantly decimated and they miss, and they are scattered across, sprinting away. Sabine is attempting to rally the people around her. It's not working.
Great.
Nowhere. Flick.
Okay. Can I roll at Arcana to see if I know if the undead are an effect or if they now count as creatures?
Sure.
You know what I mean? 14.
As far as you're aware, they seem to count as their independent creatures now.
Okay, in which case, in a 100-foot line, 5 foot wide, each creature needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
DC 16.
Correct.
Valindra passes. The undead passes. The undead passes. The undead passes.
Yeah.
The undead passes. And the undead fails. So 1 undead fails. Everybody else passes.
29, so 14 points of damage on those who succeeded and 29 points of damage on the one who failed.
Okay. Your lightning bolt shoots through the undead, blasting each of them as it goes. And then hits straight into Valindra. And time around you seems to stop. As your lightning bolt shoots through Valindra's chest like a spear, the acid rain stops and she falls to the ground, dead.
Okay.
The ground rumbles beneath you, and the entire world begins to collapse down
there it is.
into the pit.
Run.
We don't have an exit right now, do we?
There's maybe some other doors, we don't know.
Okay.
I run to Clarrybelle.
Okay.
I don't.
I'm just grabbing her and running away from the pit. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've got a plan. I think I'm just running away from the bad thing that's happening and hoping we find an out.
Where are Callie and Toby?
They were near Flick.
Okay. I'm not letting Flick pull me until Callie and Toby are next to us.
Okay. Do you call after them?
Yeah, absolutely. Callie, Toby!
Oh, we're coming! And they sprint towards you, and they're running. As you wait for them to meet up to you, you can see there is an enormous swirling black, almost whirlpool at the bottom of the pit where everything is falling into. Is this another portal Nathan wants you to jump into?
Yeah, because they've worked out so well for us in the past.
Yeah, did we hear any music?
I mean, you are play change. Let's call out to the symphony, girls.
It's on my mind.
I mean, we've got the orb's power within the two of us,
It's on my mind.
with us combined. How quickly is this catching up to us?
It's hard to tell. You feel like you might have maybe a minute, maybe 2.
Okay. We're running back towards where doors were.
Yep.
Do we eyeball anything?
You do not eyeball any
Okay.
doors.
I think, we stop at this point. I think we see.
Oh, well, all right.
And, we like Titanic, start playing music,
Yeah.
go down with the ship. I think I think I sort of stop at this point and, like, I halt everyone and I'm like, I mean, the orb's gotten us out before. We got to try, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, follow my lead. And I sort of link all of our hands together.
Can I start? It's just that the last time we heard the music, I could pull out and recognize a melody.
Yep.
So I'm going to start singing it.
Yes.
Okay, you start singing the melody.
Excellent.
What are you doing, Flick?
In which case, with Clarrybelle contributing in that way, I'm going to attempt to recall the feeling of being consumed by the blue flame and taken somewhere else. I'm going to feel the heat and the tension of all of the cracked, stony skin that's across my body, and I'm going to attempt to pull it all out, and with as much energy as I can possibly muster, I'm going to attempt to take the 4 of us out of here.
Okay, can you both make wisdom saving throws?
Black die.
5.
16.
Fail.
Yep.
Fail. Callie succeeds, but Toby also fails.
Okay.
And you, all 4 of you, are consumed by blue flame. As you are, you can see in the distance Autumn Reaver Grey Soother shifting back into a human and beginning to attempt to cast some kind of portal magic. But you can see that it's taking him some time, but you don't get to see him finish as the flame consumes you and you are transported through the waves of the symphony. You can feel it consuming you. Your hands are holding together and then they slip and you are separated in this mist, in this flowing path that is the music. Where did you want to take them, Flick?
It's a very good question, because I don't think she's thinking straight necessarily.
Okay. I can choose if you want to sacrifice that.
I'm maybe suggest a check that would maybe see if I have the peace of mind to think of anywhere in this moment.
Okay, you can make either a wisdom saving throw or a constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I'll make a wisdom saving throw, which is a natural 20.
Okay, so you succeed. You manage to hold yourself together in this moment.
I know the next place we were going. I'm going to take us on the other side of the bridge of Priestess Rahini's tower.
Okay. The flame burns around you and then settles. And you find yourself on the side of Priestess Rahini's tower. And you're there, and you're safe, and you're alive. And Clarrybelle, you look to your companions, but what you see is Flick, entirely turned to stone.
What?
She's not moving. She's not talking. She's not breathing.
Flick?
And that's what we're going to call the season.
You've been listening to Best Left Forgotten. You can find and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Best Left Podcast and on our Best Left Forgotten Facebook page, where we post updates, info, and additional content. Music by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Full song list and additional artists can be found in the episode description. Cover art by Cattywampus, who can be found on Fiverr. Thanks to Jess Wolfendow, our editor, Miriam Feats, our social media manager, and Nathan Quadrio, our GM and producer. If you enjoyed our podcast today, please leave a review and tell your friends.